Donald Trump is back on the air discussing cryptocurrency purchases. This is something you must see. We will talk about XRP. In this video, we will briefly discuss Bitcoin since, in Trump's own words, it is necessary. This math needs to be explained, in my opinion. I'm going to approach Trump. It will astound you. I'll just do this. I have to play this video before I can start talking about some crazy stuff. We will discuss the rich list of XRP. We will discuss the present location of all XRP. We will discuss circulating supplies. This movie will cover a wide range of topics. Since I know you're searching for excellent stuff, I'm proud of myself for organizing this. Please watch the entire video. I'll play this now. Therefore, if you hold XRP, you own at least 100 billion of the world's wealth. So what would that mean for the Ripple entity? Ripple would then become the World Bank. In a nutshell, the man speaking here has a project on the XRP ledger. It's called Reaper Finance, I think. This gentleman, whom I interviewed, is not a quack. In fact, he is a really clever and intriguing builder in the XRP space. Just so you know. Let's go into further detail about that. What does that signify for the audience members, who may not be involved with the XRP community or know what the World Bank works? Since those who have never heard of this before are probably not familiar with Ripple or XRP, they may be listening to this and thinking, "Oh, this guy is a conspiracy theorist." You know, people like me, who have studied finance from the Roman Empire to earlier times, including the stone money dials on Yap Island in the Federated States of Micronesia, are unaware of this. There is truly only one substitute for the dollar as the world's reserve currency when you consider the trends and history of money up to this point, following the petrodollar and the removal of the gold reserve. XRP is that. Here is a recent interview in which Trump discusses using Bitcoin to settle debt. And before I show you some arithmetic, I'll let you hear what he has to say. Who knows, maybe we'll give him a small cryptocurrency check and pay off our $35 trillion. We'll take out our $35 trillion and give him a small amount of Bitcoin. However, how would you like it to? We will pay off $35 trillion and give them a small amount of Bitcoin. Do not forget that thought. More well known in America. How is that going to work? It will be simple, I see. It's well known already. It's progressing. It has fairly lax regulations. Although it is a different kind of currency and will ultimately help the nation, that is one of the reasons it is progressing. But if we shut it down, it's like Biden is attempting to do it, but he lacks the intelligence to do so. Imagine being told to shut down something like that by this guy. He doesn't even know what it is. However, it will be adopted by others if we do not. It's already a huge deal, you know. Have you previously read something that is larger than any company in the world? The market is larger than that of many nations, after all. It's a huge matter. In the event that we are unable to lead, we have others who do. Some of them I know. They are quite intelligent. Additionally, other nations will adopt it if we do not. We can lead, and we might as well lead, but other nations will in any case. All right. I have a quick question for you. In your opinion, how much money is there in the world? What is the estimated amount of money in the United States? In your opinion, what amount of money must be invested in Bitcoin in order to settle the $35 or $36 trillion? Okay, everyone pay attention. While watching the video from yesterday, I felt that I might improve this section a bit. I will thus re-record this. I'm wearing various shirts because of this. However, I wanted to go into the calculations about Trump's ability to use Bitcoin to pay off the US debt and what that actually means for Bitcoin, specifically its market capitalization. All I want to do is examine the data and provide you with the most precise details. Let's examine this then. Thus, over the coming years, the United States intends to purchase 1 million Bitcoins. In 2, 3, or 4 years, I have no idea how much Bitcoin will cost. I'll give you today's information as I just have today's numbers. Therefore, the US would have to pay $103 billion today if it were to purchase 1 million Bitcoin at a price of $103,000 each. give or take. Okay. I also wanted to look at some data regarding the required price of Bitcoin, the amount of money that must be invested in Bitcoin in order for Trump to fulfill his goal of utilizing it to pay off the US debt. Okay, so how much would they have to sell their Bitcoin for to attain these figures if they purchased 1 million Bitcoin and their goal was to pay off $36 trillion in debt? Here is the calculation that ChatGPT arrived at. Okay, so figure out how much it would cost the US to sell 1 million Bitcoins in order to pay off its $36 trillion debt. This is what they developed. In essence, they must sell Bitcoin for $36 million each. So you begin to believe that Bitcoin is only worth $100,000? We're discussing a 360-degree view of our current situation. Alright, so the market value of Bitcoin has increased by 360 times to about $2 trillion. We are discussing more than $700 trillion. Ladies and gentlemen, it would be necessary for the market value of Bitcoin to reach at least $756 trillion. Listen, the world's fiat reserves are only around $50 trillion. As far as I'm aware, there are no plans to tokenize debt or value and post them to the Bitcoin network. Since I haven't heard of it, if that is occurring, kindly let me know in the comments if you have any information. So, at least not in today's figures, there isn't enough currency in the world to get Bitcoin to these levels. I'm not sure how much money will be made in 20, 30, 40, or 50 years, or whether Bitcoin will still be the most popular cryptocurrency at that point, but this is what you're looking at when it comes to utilizing Bitcoin to pay off US debt. In my view, this is not really attainable. I believe it's critical to recognize that people are waking up at this same moment. So let's now examine XRP. As the SEC lawsuit draws to a close, people realize that Ripple does, in fact, have all of these ties. Indeed, XRP is being examined as a digital currency for central banks worldwide. Indeed, the XRP community is liked by many. Like you and I, there are amazing people here who are really optimistic about XRP and its future. And we think that this is more valuable than Bitcoin at the moment. Correct? The value of Bitcoin can be stored. That's fantastic. However, we think that XRP has the potential to be the world's pavement rails. Today, I wanted to get some numbers. I only want you to be aware that I have a different perspective on these figures. How much would XRP cost if there was a 10% circulating supply and the XRP ledger was valued at $50 trillion? There are presently 100 billion units, less the number of units that were burned. I estimate that roughly 13 million tokens have been burned thus far. I believe Ripple has 37 billion XRP in escrow. Your wallet, mine, and other people's wallets are filled with a lot of XRP. And I estimate that there are roughly 20 billion XRP on exchanges. I've seen figures ranging from 13 billion to 20 billion. Let's utilize the 20 billion high mark. That merely indicates that 10% more must be sold. Additionally, only around 10% of the content is available for purchase. Do you sense me? If 10% more of the 20% that is left on exchanges is bought, then only 10% will remain on exchanges. I take it that's all that's left for the rest of the world. The escrow used by Ripple is Ripple's escrow. It's locked up. No, you can't tolerate it. Additionally, you have access to